Yo, what is up? Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. It's once again that time of the year where we look at San Diego Comic-Con and Tamashii Nation's next figures. We've got the EE reveals, and we've got a lot of new upcoming pre-orders to look at, as well as some previous things that were announced a couple days ago. We'll take a quick gander at. Now, first, as you know, we have our release schedule for the rest of this month, which is like pretty much the next 2 days. May 30th is when the Kind-Hearted Saiyan Goku drops. You may have started seeing shipping notifications, or somehow you may have already got it in your hands. But yeah, that is basically the new Games Begin Goku, but for the base form and more of the saturated colors, which hopefully, you know, we'll see how that feels in hand compared to the first release, which is the Games Begin Goku. Beyond that, if you care about anything else, we also have Earth's Strongest Krillin, and we have Proud to Make and Piccolo. I do have some thoughts about that when we get kind of later in this video, so we'll touch back. And then we have some other releases here. Now, let's quickly talk about some of the previous reveals here. We have SH Figuarts Kenshiro. I don't really know too much about this. I feel like I've seen Medicos also do figures of this guy, but I don't know anything too much more beyond the look. But he does look freaking dope. Like, that's a really clean looking design. And in general, even if he doesn't have a lot of accessories or whatever, like him alone, the stature, what he looks like is freaking dope. Yeah, moving on. If you want to look at more at that, you can find it on Tamashii's website or Instagram. This right here is what I'm most excited for. This is like a week ago, but I need to see that Robin reveal, and I don't know when they're gonna show it. I hope they don't take too long, because as of late, you know, when they tease stuff like this, it can take a month, it can take 4 months. As we've seen with that fourth form Frieza, that was devastating to me. Very, very devastating, especially when they started that tease off with the countdown and it just ended up being Dodoria and Zarbon plus a new Bardock. And then they announced a new Frieza. I was like, okay, they're messing with me. But move on. We've got the event exclusives here. And let me just say right off the bat, I am happy to skip these. I am not spending any money on event exclusives for the second year in a row. And this is probably a good thing, you know, for me. For other people, I think this is a good opportunity for you if you really wanted these guys. But don't forget, what we want out of San Diego Comic-Con EEs and New York Comic-Con EEs and Anime Expo event exclusive is for them not to necessarily be new figures. We would like them to be more figures that were older, harder to acquire, and maybe get updated coloring, better little fixes, like I think color matching on the chest here for Gotenks. I think that was an issue on the original. Little things like that, better face printing. I mean, that's I think the goal. If there's a time where it's going to be a new figure, let it be something that genuinely like makes sense for that, right? That's just nobody would want otherwise. I think something truly unique or something truly different, like the Daimo Piccolo from last year with the chair, things like that. However, this year, like, we've got Gotenks with updated coloring. I think if people really want the Gotenks, go for it. There's definitely a situation where we're going to get a new one with updated engineering. So be on the lookout. Think about that when you're ordering. We don't know the prices or full accessory list either. So I'm guessing most of these will come with some of their base effects, maybe a little less. We have the Gogeta here, Super Saiyan Blue. Basically, this is kind of the same thing for the event exclusive Vegito that they did a few years back with the, you know, pearl scent gloss across him. He may come with an aura. We'll see. We have this one here, probably the most, I don't say controversial of the four, but weirdest placement in here, considering he just came out last year. And at the same time, I just don't know that anybody is looking for a pearl scent Super Saiyan Goku from Daima. I mean, if it was like an adult version, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. Weird. Maybe his accessories that he come with will make him a little bit more desirable. We shall see. But I'm pretty sure, I feel confident. I don't know this for sure, of course, because I don't work there, but I feel confident that they have like a warehouse still full of this guy that didn't fully sell. And I mean, that usually happens with a lot of EEs. They still have some stock. So I wouldn't be surprised if during T-Week, or T-Week, Lightning Week, that we see this guy available readily for the other version, but we'll see. And also, I hope this guy is not going to be rather expensive. He really shouldn't be, unless they're like throwing mega accessories with him to compensate for being an EE. I don't know. Last but not least, we have Chroma Link Mode Naruto, and by far, this is the best one I would say grab if you don't have the original, or if you really just like this form. I mean, this one is really not that bad looking either. It's more like a yellow, a brighter yellow. I think it depends what you're looking at art wise, and the coloring, because both look really nice. I have the more, I think it's not translucent, but it's the more orange, yellow kind of looking one. This one is more bright yellow. It's yellow either way. They both look good, put it that way. I don't know if he'll come with the same accessories either. Maybe he'll come with something a little bit different, but if you missed out on the first one and you wanted this form really bad, doesn't hurt to get it, or maybe try to get one on the aftermarket for the other one. But yeah, it's that time now to try to look. Anyways, let's move on forward to some of the new recent pre-orders. So Doma, I really haven't been too much into Demon Slayer as of late, meaning I haven't watched the movie. The last arc that I don't know what arc someone told me he was in, but I really don't remember his presence there. I don't really know too much about this guy either way to really have an opinion, but articulation wise, I would say we'll have to really see, I think, how someone who's posing him will make him look, because of course these legs are always the kind of the controversial thing I feel when it comes to getting figures, and his torso articulation looks pretty much non-existent. But I mean, I don't know what he does. It looks like he uses fans for his attacks, and maybe that's why. I don't know. We'll see. He just kind of looks okay, and for 11,000 yen, it looks like. I mean, he better do well. That's all I can say. He's a general release, so I mean, at least he'll be available to the masses if people really, really want him. I'm sure he was in the movie. I just don't know what who he was fighting, what that fight looked like. But maybe it's room for people that really like him to get him. I know he just had a DLC, I think, in Hinokami Chronicles, so there's that. But yeah, June 1st is pretty much when all of these are going up for pre-order. November is his release date. Yeah, let's move it forward. We've got Yuji Itadori, 120% of his potential. We've kind of known about this one as well for a while, just from the Shonen Jump calendar kind of teasing it a little early. Now that we've seen it, I will say I think some people's thoughts on him may be not bad, but I feel like maybe they expected more. And honestly, I was expecting a new body, like not for them to reuse the old, Ssg Figuarts body. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with it. It's still a pretty good one. I just feel like there was room to just make a new one though. Because why not? We already have two. We have the store exclusive for Tamashii Nations. Then we have his regular release. It don't hurt to make a whole new body for him, But he does come with, I mean, it is technically like a new body, I guess you could say. But yeah, he's got the tear in the back. He's got the sleeve torn off. A little bit of battle scarring across his body. But it could have been more. Could have been a little bit better. But I think it's pretty good so far. He does come with a black flash effect, which is really nice. Comes with a windswept bang. And then he comes with his 4 different expressions here. And genuinely, I mean, pretty good release. How much is it? He's 82.50 yen. I'm curious to see if they're going to dip into the Shibuya arc a little bit more. I feel like there's a possibility for it, considering they are reissuing Sukuna, Gojo, Megami, and Todo. I would like to see them do some other releases there. Some people think maybe we'll get a Mahito just so he can kind of pair with the Yuji. I really don't know if it's a possibility. They've kind of taken a good while to do any actual villains, I feel. But we'll see. We shall see. I'm surprised they didn't reissue Geto as well, but that is the JJK0 movie where he was, Kenjaku or whatever. So maybe they'll do another one and actually make it Kenjaku in the title or whatever they do. We will see. Hard to say. I really just want them to drop a Maki. That's what I'm waiting for. And then, of course, as we get deeper into the culling games, I won't spoil it, but all of that exciting stuff will hopefully make for some very good SH Figuarts. So, yeah, hopefully this line continues to stay strong, and hopefully they see its potential to go on longer and make figures that we should have gotten a while ago, like Nanami, for example. But yeah, be excited, because I think it's a good time to get Sukuna and Gojo for sure, considering these guys, especially this man, was like in the $300 range on eBay, Mercari, and other reselling places. So get him while you can. Don't let him sell out again without trying to get him. Next, our girl Jolene Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Let me first say 11,000 yen for what she comes with. It's a strike to the face a little bit, Tamashii, okay? I understand the pricing, but I still feel like these guys can come with a little bit more. And I recorded this once already and made a joke, and it really stuck. The fact that it's like 11,000 yen, they give you a stand. I don't really care about the stand that they give you. It's not the stand that I want, you know? I feel like it's like an allegory to that. We're giving you a stand, just not the one you want. This is crazy. But she looks nice. I'm not going to deny it. She looks good. Design-wise, she looks great. Is questionable on, you know, the face sculpts or face plates, I should say, between each figure, because the style is not like what I think most people are used to. For myself, I'm used to that really like the anime style, specifically, like everything, I don't want to say exaggerated, but it's not as soft, I think, as the new type of art that's been putting out. Everything else does not align with how I'm used to it. You know, I think a lot of people probably will get what I'm saying. I've said that before when I was talking about JoJo's, but yeah, she looks great, aside from the fact that her articulation feels lacking in one department here, which is her torso. And this is like always that thing with Tamashii and the designers. Do they sacrifice the design for the articulation? Honestly speaking, it depends on the figure, but I feel like for some, yes. This particular series, like, of characters, they're super expressive. You see in any art that they're in, any video, they're doing something freaking bizarre, like that is not sometimes humanly possible unless you're just that freaking elastic and flexible. I feel like in this case, it would have been okay to give her one of those new torso joints you've seen for a lot of characters that have the bend here in this midsection. I really feel like they're missing out. And I don't know, I'd have to check for the Medico Super Action statue version, but that one I think is quite literally almost like this. The difference being that you can tell its age a little bit, right? And that's kind of been my big thing with Tamashii's line in terms of JoJo is if you are making figures for characters that have been out for years and only one company really has been producing those type of figures, make them better and very different than what we're used to. And they've somewhat succeeded in that, but I feel like releases like this one in particular just kind of missed that mark. Because I feel like if I got the Super Action statue, I'm not really missing out too much, you know? So that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. Plus, again, 11,000 yen, I feel like she could come with something more, especially for her type of abilities. I feel like they could have done even a replacement arm or a torso. I forget the name of, is it Equilibrium? I forget what the name of her move is where she self-repairs, but just something cool like that. It's cool they gave you the bendy wire string effects, but I don't know. I feel like something more needs to be done there. And my biggest complaint with this line is going to be like, how long will it take for us to circle back to the villains? I mean, you Super Action statues, like Medico's has a big like head start. They've been doing it for years, and I would love to see what Tamashii will do, but this is not like their main focus, right? We're probably going to get maybe like three releases a year, if not maybe two. I mean, it just depends on how it does and what they produce out. I just don't feel like they're going to catch up at all. And if anything, they're going to be jumping around a lot more. And we still need the stands associated with everybody starting from Jotaro pretty much, right? I don't know if they're going to do it. We still need villains. I need Dio for sure. Like, they're going to have to make like 3 different versions of him or something. I don't know when that's all going to happen. That's my biggest thing here. I really got to see how they'll hold this line accountable for the next few years. Yeah. But beyond that, she's coming out in December, which probably means January 2027 for most. So yeah, that's Jolene. I'm excited for it. I'll definitely get it. I'll probably get the Super Action statue if I can in place, because I really, really want a Jolene at this point, and I'm getting impatient, not gonna lie. But last but not least, we've got our boy Gohan. We've known about this for some time. We've seen him, I believe it was either the Jump Festa event or TNS Tokyo event, We've known about him for a while now. Just didn't know when they were going to finally drop this sucker. All right, 7,700 yen, general release product, so anybody can get them. Now, what's different about this, first off, is this first edition limited run. You're going to get a base with this guy if you're part of that first edition limited run set of consumers, I guess. And I don't know how exactly they are doing it, like if it's literally just like the first run of the release entirely, like meaning most people will get it, or I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think I've seen like conclusive information on how this will be distributed across the year, like as it comes out. Like, is there a set number of pre-orders before they hard cap it? Like, I don't know. But you're going to be getting this base for the first edition version, and there's 3 different parts, and they're going to come with 2 other characters. So you're getting one, version A or base A, with this Gohan. B and C are going to come with some other character from this lineup here to recreate this image. Now, Trunks for sure is going to probably be one of those. Who could that third character be? I don't really want to say it's Vegeta. I feel like that doesn't make sense. Because if they drop that Vegeta like that and give him the base just to kind of make him more expensive, I feel like that's unnecessary. And that's also the thing here. I really don't know if this 7,700 yen is going to stay consistent. If the second run of these doesn't have this base, then does that mean the price goes down or what? Like, I don't know yet. None of us do. That's another question we'll have later when we get these things released. But I don't want to say it's Vegeta, and it very well could be, but I feel like that would be counterintuitive for it to be a new figure like that, because it's really just a new head sculpt. We're already getting Daima Vegeta. We already got the Dangerous Pride Vegeta. I would prefer, if they're going to do another Vegeta like that, don't make him exclusive with the base. Even if it's a general release, just drop the base Vegeta separate. Drop me a new Piccolo. That, I know we're getting a reissue, and I mentioned that earlier, I think. We're getting a reissue of that Proud Namekian Piccolo. But think about this, right? Put Proud Namekian Piccolo next to the Daima Piccolo. Take the best parts of the Daima Piccolo, give it the design of Android Saga, or rather Cell Saga Piccolo with the buffness. Bruh, that's going to be one of the best Piccolos ever made. I'm serious. Make him customizable so you can at least still put the cape on him. Like, it could be the best Piccolo ever. I swear. That's what I hope. And if it's not that, shoot, F it. Do another Tien and Chaozu. As long as it's something new. Cast aside the Vegeta for that, if you're going to do this whole picture. I mean, because he's going to come regardless, I think, at some point. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how they play that out. I don't know if he's going to drop on Premium Bandai for regular pre-orders as well. I assume so. But he also goes up June 1st. So yeah, that's Gohan for you. It's going to be really cool to see this whole thing come about. I hope that it lands well for the line. And of course, they're doing the whole, windswept hair. I think he comes with 3 total faceplates. He looks really, really nice. And genuinely, like, man, that Trunks is probably going to be really, really good when he comes out too. I don't know when that's going to be, but hopefully they drop a pre-order announcement for him within the next couple months, since they've kind of already kicked off what they're doing as far as these bases dropping 2 other ones. We probably can guess, right? Other than that, that's pretty much it as far as Tamashii Nation's news goes. I'm very, 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 very excited for San Diego Comic-Con, and hopefully we see some new baller reveals there. They've been kind of quiet every year. I think for the last couple years, they've been pretty quiet at these Comic-Con events because they've been in favor of doing their own thing. But there's still some things that they've not announced for, the full commercialization that's been approved, like Star Wars The Clone Wars, for example. I would love to see a full announcement for that, but it's not happened yet. And I was hoping on May the 4th they would drop it, but they did not. They only dropped the Anakin from the Revenge of the Sith saga. So anyways, that's pretty much it. It's been a lot of talking so far, but yeah, that's been the recent Tamashii Nations news, my thoughts on it. And I'm just very curious to see how they continue to go about some of these lines. Let me know your thoughts. about specifically. Let me know your thoughts about the JoJo's line and the JJK line. Those are the two I feel like, or it could be a lot more conversation about those. But I will see you in the next video. We have some things coming up. You'll see it soon. Peace.